Hey guys, and welcome to Fantasy Tip. My name is Max. It is a pleasure for me to be here today. If you watched the Week 9 waiver wire player video of Julian, you saw the amazing introduction he did for me. As he's shown you guys, I am a diamond ranked player on fantasy. I am in ultra competitive league and cash leagues, and hopefully I can help you get some W's on your record and hopefully make you some money as well. To start off our top 10, we got one of my favorite players, unfortunately. No bias here. We got Kirby Dach. He's up to 19 points, 4 goals, 15 assists. He's on one of the hottest lines in the NHL in a complementary role. Will he stay there all year? Nobody knows. What happens if Nick or Cole goes down? Nobody knows. Therefore, I would suggest to sell high on Kirby. He's on pace to get 57 points and above this year. It's a great time to get a good return. At number 9, we got Troy Terry. Now, Troy Terry is off to a career-breaking start with 11 goals, 16 assists, 27 points. He's on a point-per-game pace. The thing is, I would use a guy like Troy Terry, match him up with another player, and go try to sneak B.Tkatchuk away from someone else, or a guy that you know will be more consistent all year and has more peripherals, and hopefully on a better team. At number 8, we have Brandon Montour of the Florida Panthers. Montour just got degraded to the second defensive pairing. He will no longer play with Aaron Ekblad. That spot is now owned by Gustav Forsling. He is still on the first power play, and don't get me wrong, he still sits 9th on the point table for defensemen. But the Florida Panthers have a plethora of injuries, including Anthony Duclair, power play specialist Patrick Hornquist, and A.Lundell. When all of those guys are back, who will get popped out of the PP1 spot? It will not be Aaron Ekblad. It will be Brandon Montour. I think it is a great time to use Montour as a trade chip. Potential players to acquire include J.Eichel, Justin Falk, maybe Dougie Hamilton. But that is my opinion. I would sell high on Brandon Montour. At number 7, we have Jeff Skinner. Now, Jeff Skinner is on fire. 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points in his last 11 games. You could hit a major acquisition right now if you were to move him for the right pieces. He's on fire, but he has a history of injuries. I believe that he's a little bit of a product of Tage Thompson's recent run right now, so I suggest to sell high on Jeff Skinner. At number 6, we got Jamie Benn. Now, Jamie Benn has been totally ripping it up this year, up to 10 goals, 16 assists, 26 points in 27 games. In the past couple years, he had remodeled his game. He was giving a lot more hits, played a lot more defensive stout hockey. This year, all of that is completely out the window. He's on a point-per-game pace, almost. I suggest that it's time to sell Jamie Benn high right now, because since his lack of peripheral for a guy who's been slowing down in the past couple of years, it would be a dangerous gamble to keep a guy who's doing so well early this season. Sell high if you can. At number 5, we've got EK65 Erik Karlsson, who's off to a fantastic start. 12 goals, 25 assists, 37 points in 30 games. That's 5 more points than Rasmus Dahlin, 7 more points than Adam Fox and Josh Morrissey. I'm not saying to throw him in the garbage. I'm not saying to trade him for lesser players. What I'm saying is you can get a real good return right now. You could bundle him up with someone else. Try to get a guy like Cale Makar, a guy like Roman Josi, Victor Hedman, Dougie Hamilton, guys who should get better as the season goes on. The San Jose Sharks are way too underwhelming right now. Erik Karlsson should see statistical correlation soon, so I suggest that you should move him for a better player if you are able to. Next on the list, we got Filip Hronek. 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points in 26 games. That's not bad for a guy who's never crossed 38 points before this year. I believe Moritz Seider eventually will get his top power play spot back. In the meantime, Hronek is playing on the second pairing, first power play pairing, and he's the top offensive guy right now. He's almost at a point per game pace. I believe that it would be a good time to trade him for more value. If you've got a good depth in defense and you got a guy like Filip Hronek as your fourth, fifth defenseman, you could trade him up for a better offensive player to a guy who needs offensive support. I don't think Hronek keeps up this pace until the end of the year. At number 3, we've got Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I don't think there is a team in the NHL that is as inconsistent as the Vancouver Canucks. A lot of guys that are going to be on the go, and I don't think that by season's end, Elias Pettersson will have as much talent as he has around him as right now. It would be a good time to go get a similar kind of player with just as many points, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, on a better team if you're able to. At number 2, we have another one of my favorite players, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. RNH is off to a fantastic start, 13 goals, 17 assists, 30 points in 27 games. But as history suggests, he gets cold after January. He rarely finishes a season at a point per game pace. Therefore, I think it is the perfect time to trade RNH for a similar kind of guy with less of an injury history and more peripherals. And at number 1, we have Vitek Vanecek, the New Jersey Devils' first goaltender. Now, the Devils are off to a fantastic start. They're first in the Metro. I do not think that they will keep it up. The division is way too stacked, and we've seen a lot of teams in recent years do amazing in the first 2 months and then go downhill from there. It takes one injury, and I don't think that the Devils are deep enough to keep winning at this rhythm. Vanecek is 5th on the season when it comes to wins for goaltenders. He's 12th when it comes to percentages for goaltender who's played over 10 games. These are not crazy. You could really do some damage with a guy like Vitek Vanecek on your team right now. I think he is way overvalued, and if you have the opportunity to sell him high, go ahead and do it. If you like the content, don't forget to shoot the like button, score the subscribe button, and we'll try to help you guys stay in the winning column for your fantasy season. Thank you very much. See you next time, guys.